People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in, man. You choosing Golo Kante and them things there. I mean, you know, in the daytime we make videos, on a Sunday I'm giving inspirational team talks. It's funny now, I can laugh about it, and you've seen my team talk put on YouTube, and unfortunately it's gone on walls of comedy and everywhere else. And you know, I mean, even my mother is seen it. Mother's asking me about why am I swearing. I'm like, Mum, it weren't me, man. But moving forward, on that note, yeah, you know, obviously many people, I was shocked by that going viral for one, but I was shocked with the amount of people that got it. Obviously my emotions to a degree got the better of me, and it's funny, and a lot of people did laugh, but a lot of people that understand football, like the real ones like you lot, like, even through the comments, reading through the YouTube comments for the video I put up, I can see you lot get it in it. Like, you lot were not at the game, you lot sympathise with me, because on one hand people say, oh, you're 25, it's Sunday League, blah blah blah, it's not the grand scheme of things, da da da, it doesn't matter, put that energy somewhere else, and all this other fucking retarded stuff. People, pardon my language, they're not wrong. I'm 25, I'm playing Sunday League, I'm not a pro footballer, I know that. But at the same time, for me, that's even more reason why I need to play well, because or we should play well, because first and foremost, you know, I have that hunger in me. I'm not saying, you know, I want to win games, people. I really want to win football matches. Who wants to, whether it's five-a-side or whatever, who wants to leave their house for nonsense? Do you get it? And for me, you know, I'm paying to play football. Like, I love the game, so I'm paying, you know. I could be making videos, sorting out my work stuff, doing several things on Sunday, but I'm paying to play football. I'm waking up to play football. I'm training in the week to play football. I want to win. And what I can't accept, I don't want to accept defeat. So let me not say I'll accept defeat, but it's in the manner of how you lose. If we lose, the team I'm ranting about, they beat us 6-1. People got pumped, you know. I do think they're an average side, but to be fair, they moved the ball well and stuff like that. They're a better team than us. They were the better team on the day, like I said. I'm seeing my team's head drop at 1-0, by the way, folks, people. But like I said then, and I say it now, you know, we're here to win, bro. We're drawing ourselves out. We need to put in the best performances. We're paying to play football. Let's play. And like I said, it's the manner of how you lose. Like, you know, I don't mind. I'm not going to say I don't mind losing. But if we lose, if we're soldiers in the trenches, if we try as hard as we can, you know, and we lost to the better men, and, you know, that player's quality made the difference, or that happened, or the ref did this, I say, you know what, cool. But that performance there wasn't good enough. And it's about pulling in the same direction. It's about not letting yourself down, having the fear of letting your teammate down, having the fear of letting the people in and around the squad let them down. And Arsenal is the same. Obviously not Sunday League, but Arsenal is the same. The players have to be fearful of letting themselves down, as well as letting each other down. They have to be fearful of letting down the tea ladies and whatnot at Arsenal, and the many different admin roles have to be fearful of letting down Arteta and stuff, because it's Arteta's face on the line. Arteta could be work, and that probably even happened on the Emery. Emery probably worked all week on something to have a positive result on Sunday, and it got thrown out the window, and it makes the manager look bad, when truly the players probably know it was them. So it's about that, having that fight. And when I look at Arsenal, that's the thing I'm getting from, that's the thing I got from day one with Arteta. He understood to have half a chance of this club to return to success, or any sort of success, or any sort of possibility, we have to sing from the same hymn sheet. We can have different opinions, we can fight, but we always remember it's a siege mentality, and no one is bigger than this club, and we all need to pull together. So to win the FA Cup for me was a decent sort of, I don't know the word, but a sort of end product of the result of what Arteta's been installing. Like I said, it's still not been a good season. It's silverware at the end of the day, and isolated away from this incident. So we're not going to necessarily talk about in 2020 we finished 8th and won the FA Cup. 50 years from now, it's just going to show, you know, how many years we won the FA Cup. But at the same time, you know, it's about provoking this inspiration, you know. The same way you feel about the FA Cup, how would it feel doing better in other major competitions and stuff like that? So when I hear Arteta speak about all the tactics and things like that, don't get it twisted. I love it, but it's when I hear him speak about the mentality, that's what I like the most. And he said, he's spoken about, you know, obviously we're returning to pre-season, sorry, in this week. So it's a lot for the players, you know. Hopefully there's some movement in relation to transfers and Aubameyang's contract. But he's spoken about, and you know, it's a difficult time, because I think the players need to forgive themselves. Don't forget what's happened this season. Don't forget the pain. Don't forget how long it's been. Don't forget ultimately, domestically in the league, that feeling of failure. Do not forget that. But at the same time, it's been turbulent. Forgive yourselves. Think about what you've done well. Think about what you've done right. What I want to see is you remember that I want you to store that. I want you to store that feeling of winning the FA Cup somewhere. and defeating City and stuff. I want you to store it somewhere. Equally, I want you to store how negative the season went last year. Store it somewhere. Remember how that felt, that feeling, that how much your pride was shot. And use these two emotions to make you go harder in training, because it's about what you do every day. From now, we're in August. We're focusing from August to the end of the year. Are we still going to be in the top 4 race? You get out of that in the new year, stay amongst the pack. Make it to April. You make it to April, it's a furlong from April to May. There will be bumps along the sides. We will lose games. We will do dumb stuff. We're not going to be perfect, of course. But that's the sort of thought-provoking I want to see people. And I want to see to do that, they have to consider everything and come back in pre-season with a hunger. Because there's many things we need to improve. Even things Arteta's improved at Arsenal. You know, they're not perfect. They're perfect because Arteta's shown that he can manage and shown he can take a poor side to a slightly even better. But it's not levels, not because nothing to do with Arteta, but it's not the team, you know. These are not levels things to go out and win a league title and stuff, because we're still dropping dumb points. We still struggle away from home. We still struggle in top games, you know, against big teams. Game management, even against Spurs, cost us. You get it. Away from home in big games, you know, breaking down little teams, you know, especially when they're sitting 2 banks of 4. There's many things that are not going to change over one pre-season, but it's about taking the building blocks. Arteta himself said, I have to look at the players, how they come from holidays, how they come after winning. I want to see that reaction. You know they are going to be a little more relaxed because we've done something, or they are going to come with, okay, this is nothing that we've done. We have to go to the next level. We have to apply ourselves better. We have to improve in a lot of areas. We have to dominate many other aspects of the game. And at that moment, we cannot control. And that's facts, Arteta. He said, if that is the mindset, then I'm very positive that we'll be sitting here in a year's time really happy. But I hope we take that road straight away. So that's it, people. He's basically said what I've said. He said, you know what, listen, forgive yourself for the mistake of last year. Gash yourselves for the FA Cup, but it's done. Don't rest on your past laurels. Come with the intent, you know. Treat every training session and match as cliche as it is, like a cup final. Because only doing that do we have half a chance. Let's be honest, our players, individually, these players are not necessarily crap players. They can play technically. But when you look at the Cities, the Liverpools, and things like that, we're a long way away. So if you can't make it up with ability, you make it up with heart. You make it up with mentality. Look at Sheffield United. You get it. Obviously, they're not winning Champions League, but they've performed above expectations because they believe in the manager, because the club and the players are fighting, and brothers in arms and brothers in the trenches, they're exceeding results. So by that same logic, we could exceed expectations and potentially finish 4th. This is all me hypothetical. The players have got to want to walk the walk, and Arteta, as much as he can galvanise and thought provoke, the players have to be able to take this information and drink it. You know, you can't force someone to drink water. Well, you can, but they're not going to enjoy it. They're not going to take in the information, and ultimately they need to be the ones to do it. Because what you want to see, you don't want Arteta. Yes, it looks good, Arteta telling people to drop and stuff, but you want Arteta to or these players to listen to Arteta to the point where they're thought provoking themselves. They're sorting these things out themselves. Arteta shouldn't have to hold hands, which he has been doing. So, like he said, I hope the mindset is certified. But he said, he spoke in relation to coming to the club. He said, I could have a sense from the outside what was happening, everything I was reading, the people I had inside the club that could feed me some information. But I think until the day that you walk through that door and start to really feel the energy and what is happening, it's difficult to predict what role is that you have to take in terms of the impact you want to make. I was worried. I saw a lot of things that worried me in terms of unity, the energy, and that was around the place. And he spoke about that, people. But I must say that straight away in the next few days, I completely felt that something was changing. The first thing was that I got everyone together, the staff and the players, and told them what I thought about them and why this wasn't working. If we were to go and to continue like this, it's never going to work. The first thing we had to do was get back all together with the same agenda and with the same intentions. Without that unity, we cannot drive this massive ship that we have to manage with Arsenal and the expectations that are involved in the club. And listen, you lot are not stupid. You know what that means. He knows what that means. I know what that means. And none of us could have summed it up any better. Do you get it? They've got to want to walk the walk. And like I said, forgive them for last season. Because, you know, it's a negative season itched in our history, but it's gone now. You have to forgive yourself. You get it? Mistakes happen. Mistakes are going to happen next season. We play out from the back. A byproduct of playing out from the back is you can already admit at some point next season there's going to be an underhit 5-yard pass. I don't mind these in isolation. these mistakes happen. Forgive yourself for bad games, forgive yourself for mistakes. But when they're happening game in, game out, they're choices. I'm not saying people are going out there to lose, but you're choosing not to learn from mistakes. You're choosing not to fix up your thought processes. So when I hear Arteta speak like this is what gasses me more than signing any player. In fact, let me not get too excited. It's not as fun as signing a player, because if we want to sign Lionel Messi tomorrow, I'll be gassed. But that's not going to happen. But that's what I like to see, because to have any point, any hope, we've got to all sing from the same hymn sheet. Fundamentally, people, we've all got to want it bad enough. And does everybody want it in this Arsenal team as much as the next man? I don't think so, as honest as I want. I know we've won the FA Cup and I saw desire, but I'm saying over a 38-game Premier League period, I see some with consistent motivational levels. I see some man up and down. I see some man that think they can just turn up at the Emirates, disrespect another Premier League team, and is just going to win. That's why there's always a culture shock. So until we, improve the many aspects and improve our thinking way before we talk about clean sheets, game management and defending, we'll have to see, people. And only time will tell. We ended the season strongly by our own standards, winning a couple games. Obviously, the FA Cup run helped to kind of calm fans down and some sort of feel-good factor. But we'll have to see what happens, man. On that note, though, I've got nothing more to add, so I'm going to get out of here. It's always a pleasure. DG.